Before we start this review, a little bit of breaking news with WWE superstar Jimmy Uso, real name Jonathan Fatu. Jimmy was pulled over at around 10:35 last night in Pensacola, Florida, after running a red light and being clocked in at going 50 in a 35. Police then asked Jimmy to exit his Dodge Charger, where Jimmy admitted he had multiple beers and then proceeded to bomb a field sobriety test. At that point, Jimmy was taken under arrest, and that's all the information we have now. Driving under the influence is no joke. BC will tell you that from the jump. I've made many bad decisions with such and paid the price. And much like Jeff Hardy, it looked like the Usos had turned the corner. Sometimes it takes something even more tragic for it to really hit home. I hope it doesn't reach that point. We wish the best for Jimmy Uso going forward. Salud, my amp unit. Good to be back with you guys, man. After one hell of a 4th of July weekend, BC spent his time down at the shore. And I'm talking, what a weekend, man. A weekend full of huge pancakes. That's right. Kofi, Xavier, Biggie, I'm talking big-ass motherfucking pancakes. Dockside. Off the Atlantic Ocean. Check this shit out. That's right. B-Jelly New Day. Check these bad boys out. Yes, those would be rock-approved pancakes with a handcrafted hazelnut latte, and our view is the legit Atlantic. You know that's right. And then your boy BC laying out along the Atlantic. It was a crowded sumbitch. Obviously for the 4th, but your boy BC found a damn good spot overlooking the entire fucking coast. Check this shit out. You talk about the best seat in the house, man. Overseeing the entire ocean city of the Jersey Shore. People are out in droves, man. Bright blue skies. 84 degrees. Man, getting that tan on the best way possible, brah. Now, it wasn't all so hunky-dory and a bed of roses. Along our adventures, we found ourselves in some misadventures, and at one point, BC actually almost got into it with a giant fucking bird. No, seriously, a giant bird. Now, what you didn't see is this is the 6th time that this sumbitch went back and forth, and he turns his back, and then he looks back, and he's like, "Oh, Beasley, you're still here?" And I'm looking at him every time like, "Yeah, motherfucker, and I have places to go. Can you please move it or lose it?" Finally, he was like, "Yeah, fuck off." No birds were injured during the filming of that footage. We all went about our merry way. That damn bird is probably fucking with somebody else right now. BC's here shooting the shit with you guys, about to cut this review. All is good. And BC had to get a fresh box of Fruit Rollups because you're not gonna believe how many roll-ups there were last night and how many awards we have to give out in this review, man. BC was counting them off, man. One roll-up after the other. Absolutely pathetic, but we gotta talk about it. And then we had that cringe-worthy segment where two females were having a sword fight with crutches. There is no way Vincent Kennedy McMahon could have thought that was going to go off well. But I don't think anybody thought it was going to be as bad as it ended up. We got to talk about it. And speaking of swords, did Drew McIntyre just get his fucking sword stolen? Like Baron Corbin got his crown stolen? Are we going to some medieval time shit with Vincent Kennedy? Might as well, with McIntyre's history lessons as of late. And of course, we gotta talk about Nikki Ash Ketchum. Nikki Cross! Nikki, I gotta ask, before we start this review, is this you? Is this you, Nikki? 20 minutes later. Alright. Here's the deal, guys, before we get this review started. Hopefully this is the last time I'm going to have to comment on this Zelina Vega situation, but something tells me it's going to keep going on and on. As long as there's schmucks in the world, common sense will have to come from somewhere. Thankfully, BC is that person to deliver such. Because all we know is fact from fiction, right? What is a fact? What we just don't know. What is real? And what is unknown? What we know about Zelina Vega is that she stood up at a time where she really felt that people were going to have her back. She really felt that the locker room was pissed off to the point that Vince McMahon was going to take all this shit away from all of these individuals, all these third-party sites and what they can do in other endeavors outside of WWE while still with the company. They are independent contractors. So Zelina got a gauge of the locker room, and she took a huge stand. And one of the only ones to do that. She was willing to lose her job for that stand. And what happened is nobody went with her. Nobody. Everybody acted like they didn't even know her. Damn, she went rogue. That's not how we feel. Well, they voiced a little displeasure on their social media sites, but they followed suit. Zelina took the stand. Nobody went with her. This little, what is she? 4'11 of heaven, I call her. 4'11 of heaven. Then I heard she's 5'1" of fun. Who knows, man? 4'11, 5 what? I don't know. This little Spitfire from fucking Queens, I believe. Sorry if I fucked up my boroughs. But she's a Spitfire, man. She's been through a lot in life. Obviously, her father being lost during 9/11. And she came back, man, battled and works her ass off. And nobody went with her during this. And then we come to find out, the newest stories are that WWE officials actually apologized to Zelina, right? They apologized because they realized, wait, you're a really good talent, you're a good asset. We actually want you with the company. Please accept our apology, this, that, and the other thing. And Zelina's looking at it like, okay, now I'm out of a job. Nobody came with me. She's looking at fucking Tommy, who's Aleister Black, that's what we know him as, her significant other, her man. Aleister Black is basically unemployed just without the title. He would end up being released, but I'm sure they saw that trajectory happening. This dude was sitting at home for 7 months. He was waiting for the phone call because he kept being told that they were going to call him with something for him. He was never getting the call. This is from his own words in recent shoot interviews and podcasts. So Zelina's looking at it like, okay, I'm unemployed. It looks like you could be soon. And she made a business choice, a business decision after she was apologized to from the company. So she took a stand and that giant conglomerate company apologized to her. Pretty badass. And they came to a decision. Her and Aleister. And that's all that it matters. It's nobody else's. If you're a grown adult honestly pissed off about this, man, you gotta reevaluate shit. Because they made a grown-up decision. 30 years old, brah, is Zelina. That's still pretty damn young. And she saw the trajectory of where Aleister was headed. You can't hang your hat on, oh, AEW will give me a ton of money, I'm fine. Impact will give me money, I'm fine. No. And by the way, if you're really pissed that she didn't stand her ground and she went back to WWE, don't forget, Hotshot, no company in pro wrestling is unionized. So by your standards, she can't go anywhere because her belief is that the pro wrestling company needs to be unionized. That's the belief. So by her belief, she cannot be employed by any wrestling organization. Oh, but it only fits the narrative of she should be in AEW. She shouldn't have gone back to WWE, BC. They treated her poorly. Are you paying her bills? She sold out. That's a fun word that we're all passing around this week since she's been word. Zelina Vega sold out. Do you even know what that means? If selling out means she made a business choice to go back to the company that she's been with for years, maybe she actually enjoys it backstage in the camaraderie. And she believes that there can be a change and she wants to be a part of it. I don't care if she deleted tweets. Yeah, because you know what? Once she came back, everybody jumped on her fucking ass like they were so damn righteous. So yeah, she probably felt deleting the cause of all of this on social was going to help the cause. And no, it just backfired. She probably wishes she deleted that shit now. That doesn't mean she changed her stance on unionization. Because she deletes social media means that she went back on her stance. Because she went back to the company that apologized to her means she went back on the stance of non-unionization versus unionization. She can still have the stance and go back to work. No company is unionized. You think they treated her so damn poorly. I wish she was booked better. That doesn't mean she was treated poorly. If she's going back, she's a big girl with big panties on. She can deal with the consequences. But she went back for a reason. That's the best fit for her and Alistair. They talked about it. They feel that she is treated just fine in there, and with the right apologies. And what Zelina feels like she can do in WWE, they made that decision. And everybody is on their righteous fucking high horse. Hammering this woman on social. What the fuck? If that's selling out, you don't want to know how many times BC has sold out, bro. I have looked the devil in his eyes. And I made a deal with that son of a bitch on the frequent. Grew up in projects. Survived in prison. And BC made it out by cutting deal after deal with the devil. I'll show you time and time again. I'll tell you stories that'll rattle your dome piece on what selling out truly is. You want to know what selling out is? I will make you piss your pants. That's not selling out. That is collecting your money, paying your bills. But because she didn't do it elsewhere, she didn't go to AEW, AEW, AEW. People are having a fucking aneurysm. Strokes. They're on their righteous high horse on social media, tweeting at Zelina. You sell out. You damn sell out. You went back to the company that mistreated you. Do you have anything better to do? Maybe get a company that cares enough to fucking give you that amount of money? Instead of spending your time on social media, bagging a woman that made a financial and a career choice that is none your business. It's unreal, man. You see Zelina Vega come back, and I just appreciate her so much. I know how tough it has been for her this last year especially. And she made this decision, and she wants to come back and entertain us, try to turn Vince McMahon shit into gold, and nobody even gave her a chance. It's just a sellout. You sell out. You said this, and then you went back. Where the fuck's she supposed to go? She supports unionization. She talked to the fucking Screen Actors Guild director or head honcho, Gabrielle Cateris. She's the female that was in 90210. She's the head of SAG and AFTRA. And she went to them. She had talks with Andrew Yang. Everything fell through. Everything fell through. So by your standards, the only position, the only play for Zelina is AEW, right? Or she takes a tremendous fucking cut and has to go to like Impact, right? And then you say, well, not everything's about the money, BC. Well, she's a fucking 30-year-old who has to pay bills, and she's not that butthurt over WWE the way you are. You're fucking scarred for life of how they treated Zelina, apparently. When Zelina's not even that fucking hurt about it. She talked to them. They apologized. They had discussions. She most likely cares for and likes most individuals in that company. So she came back. It's her and Alistair's decision to do such. And don't get it twisted. Don't be shocked if Alistair comes back. Could show up in AEW. But if he goes to WWE, is he a sellout now? We understand they're booked horribly. Misused. Every which way you turn, most of this roster. But now they're sellouts if they work for WWE. She was the only one that stood up for that unionization shit. It didn't mean she's never gonna go back to WWE. She just spoke out. She wasn't afraid to speak her mind. She wasn't afraid to stand up to the giant. And to have the giant apologize to you? Pretty damn cool. That's a little bit of a victory. She deleted tweets because everybody would not let this fucking go. So she tried to cut off the fucking problem from the jump. Still most likely believes absolutely in unionization. If anything, if the ball ever gets rolling, I'm sure she's gonna be one of the ones front and center. But she's gotta think about her own fucking career. Not everything is going to be AEW. Every time somebody leaves WWE, gets released, gets fired, just walks away, AEW can't hoard everybody. They already have a roster of 100 individuals. AEW has the WWE problem right now. They have too many people and they can't use everybody on their Dynamite show. So they have to use Elevation and Friday Night Rampage or whatever the fuck it's going to be called. Or their YouTube shows. That's when they have to try to use everybody. Because they're Dynamite, they can't. You're going to see trios championships probably because they have to have multiple schmaz matches. 6-man tags, 8-man tags, just to try to use everybody. It's the same reason WWE is in the shitter. They hired and they gobbled up all this talent, now they have to fucking try to use them all. So Andrade goes over there, and what? You want Zelina over there, and then you're gonna want fucking Alistair over there, and then you're gonna want Buddy Murphy over there, and then you're gonna want Ali, and then you're gonna want Ricochet. And what the fuck happens to everybody else? Where does Moxley go at that point? Good luck with MJF's push and Orange Cassidy. Jungle Boy. You ever want to see anything big with Luchasaurus and Lance Archer? Good luck. Miro, he's finally getting his fucking push, but you want all these other fucking dudes and gals to come on in. Where are they all going? It's too much talent. Zelina went to work. Get off her fucking ass, bro. Unreal. That this is the main topic. BC's at the fucking shore, enjoying the fucking world, enjoying the fucking ocean. The world was literally my oyster, and I come back to see the pro wrestling world was crying about Zelina Vega selling out. You don't know what the fuck selling out is. I'll show you selling out. BC has sold out time and time again. Cashed in time and time again. Made a deal with the damn devil time and time again. You look in these eyes. I'll show you sold out. Zelina Vega? She just went back to work. If it wasn't up to your righteous standards, kindly fuck off. And if not, then with the utmost asshole in me, go fuck yourself unkindly. With that, we can move on to the review. Now that I'm pretty sure I riled up some people, right? I'm the bad guy. YouTuber, he's a fucking asshole. She sold out, basically. Right? I'll still get the fucking asshole. They'll try to explain in a fucking paragraph that I will not read. I will literally just delete that and them for stupidity reasons. I will never have graffiti on my fucking channel. But I'll still get some fucking asshole try to tell me in a paragraph. Basically, I hear you, man. But she sold out for the following reasons. Like I didn't do my fucking research. Seriously, you think I didn't do my research? You think you know more than BC? Basically, the fact that she went back to the company that mistreated her, that's why she's a hypocrite. How do you know how she was she went back for a reason. Clearly she wasn't treated as bad as we thought, right? We know how she was booked. Clearly she felt she was treated just fine. Clearly she had talks with them. We also hear the reports that they apologize. So what are you going to say? BC, I don't believe those reports, man. That's bullshit. BC, if you believe that, LOL. You're naive, BC. Well, it doesn't fucking matter who believes it. Zelina went back for a reason. The latest report says that they did apologize. It looks to be pretty damn... They look to coincide with one another. The fact that the E wanted to bring her back after she literally said, I support unionization, and they wanted her back still shows you the value they see in Zelina. So Zelina saw that and maybe added to her decision, right? Anybody else, could you imagine saying I support unionization, going and putting up that fight, going to the SAG-AFTRA heads, going to Andrew Yang and trying to make it happen? Nobody's got your back. Everybody acts like they don't even fucking know you. But she fucking tried, and the WWE still wanted her back. Not treated so bad, huh? Basically, it's the fact that she took down the tweets, man. That shows that she's a hypocrite. She's a hypocrite because children don't know how to act. You can literally stand for something and not have to write it out in 140 characters on social media. Maybe she took it down because she didn't want to allow anyone else to add fuel to their own fire, to go to her page just to put her career choices down and feel more righteous about themselves. Maybe she did that. Taking down something doesn't mean you no longer stand for it. Believe it or not, social media is not the final indicator of one's life choices. That's the problem with today's society and world and humanity, man. Social media has to dictate everything. Some people just don't see it that way. In fact, I take social media. I look at social media and I look at it like a fucking roll of toilet paper, and I wipe my fucking ass with it and flush that shit. I'd flush that shit along with most 99+% of the pro wrestling opinions in this community. There's a reason BC says he's the smartest son of a bitch in this community. It's not to pump up my own ego. Look at me when I say this. I am the smartest motherfucker in this community. I am literally leaps and bounds in a league of my own, while everybody else tries their own shtick and pulls their narratives and their agendas. Some have multiple people and they do a collaboration. Some are lone wolves. And they all pale in comparison when it comes to knowledge, common sense, and logic. Nobody on this platform comes fucking close. It's actually quite fucking sad. But the good news is, you got BC to drop that fucking common sense, logic, knowledge. And we're going to do that right now in this review for Monday Night Raw, July 5th, 2021. We start off with Miz TV. Now, this opening segment was just all over the place. They tried to hit several bullet points from setting up some matches for the night, and also trying to remind everybody that Money in the Bank is next Sunday. But there's one major thing they forgot to do, and that's they forgot to make any of this fun. Right? There's a crazy concept. If you're tuning into a show that you're going to be watching for 3 fucking hours, you might want to start off with something really major, something that's going to captivate your audience, something that is going to make your audience put that remote control down, not just want to watch, not just feel like they have to out of habit and hope, but actually need to find out what is going to happen, right? You start off with a little cliffhanger at the top, and by the end of the night, you have a major payoff with a bigger cliffhanger that makes people want to follow along the next week. Not want to tune in next week, need to. That's how you conduct a television show. Pro wrestling is no different. Back in the Attitude Era, they did this consistently every week. Nowadays, they don't even know what a cliffhanger is. They don't know what fun is if it smacked them right in the fucking face like a brick. They forgot to make this fun. Now, legit, this is how it played out, this first segment. Entire first 15 minutes, McIntyre comes to the ring. Again, this is Miz TV, so Miz and Drip are already in the ring. You have McIntyre come to the ring, talk some shit to Miz and Morrison. Ricochet then comes down and does the same exact thing. Matt Riddle follows suit, does the same exact thing, only up on a ladder. Don't ask. And then AJ Styles and Omos come down to the ring. Matt Riddle, again, was up on a ladder. He was saying something like, he feels so high up here. He feels so high up here. Yeah, that fits Scooter McGee's character, doesn't it? So then Omos takes care of Riddle's situation, right? He makes sure that he is no longer as high as he thinks he is, and he knocks him off of that ladder. Then everyone starts arguing, and the faces knock out all of the heels. And that was seriously it. Commercial break. First 15 minutes of the show, done. All of those people came to the ring. Everybody argued like school children. The faces knocked out all of the heels. In 16 minutes, we're gone. Not one thing. Don't lie, please. You're belying yourself, not BC. Not one thing excited you for the rest of the night. Not one thing excited you for SummerSlam. That's the problem. Not one thing made you go, wow, I can't wait for later in the night. Riddle got knocked off a ladder and hurt his ankle some more. And then everyone just started arguing, man. Literally, after that happened, Ricochet didn't throw bows at Morrison or AJ or nobody. He just pushes AJ. He's like, come on, man. And AJ pushes him back. And then Drew is like fucking pushing or yelling at Omos. I don't even know, man. At some point, he clotheslines him finally over the top rope. How can you think that is an acceptable beginning to your 3-hour show less than 2 weeks away from SummerSlam? Oh, I'm sorry, Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank. I keep saying SummerSlam. My botch. Money in the Bank first. SummerSlam is not 2 weeks away. Money in the Bank. Nothing got you excited for Money in the Bank. There you go. Get 100 people. Basically, it's not SummerSlam in 2 weeks. Nothing, man. Nothing got us excited for that shit. And I wish I could say it got better. But that would be a lie. When we came back from commercial, we had a rematch from last week. Ricochet and Johnny Drip Drip. 13-minute match. Obviously, it's a good match with these two involved, but of course it had to have one of those questionable circus-type finishes. It's WWE. Miz squirts Ricochet with the Drip Drip Super Soaker, and then moments later blocks Ricochet from re-entering the ring with his wheelchair. Thus, Ricochet is counted out. Look, no matter how we got there, I'm ecstatic to see Morrison get a W. Trust me, this dude is so damn good than how he is used. So to see him get a W, man, I'm going to take it. But water guns, wheelchairs, and countouts, when combined in a finish, can easily ruin a match, and it may have done just that in this contest. Not everything has to be a circus. And I think that's something that McMahon has lost sight of. You have Ricochet and Johnny Drip Drip. And you honestly feel the need to have water guns, wheelchairs, and countouts again this week? You had the double countout last week. And even if you really want Ricochet to drop this match via countout to set up another match between these two, you have him get sprayed by a water gun and then wheelchair Miz just blocks him. He's like doing the fucking electric slide. The Cupid Shuffle. And Ricochet can't get around him. You see how ridiculous this is, man? To a fucking casual fan. I don't care if they're 45, 75 years old, 15, 5. That's dumb. It's bad optics. Was that the entire hour number 1, by the way? No, it wasn't. Well, hold up. I was about to skip this. I probably should have. This is the 8-woman tag match. Ends hour number 1. I should have probably skipped this, huh? We end hour number 1 with an 8-woman tag Schmozmania match. Naomi, Asuka, almost superhero Nikki Cross, and Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax, Shayna Fruit Rollup Baszler, Eva Marie, and drop. The match was filled with Baszler roll-up teases, Alexa hypnotizing Reginald, Eva Marie avoiding any and all competition, and in the end, Nia Jax defeats the almost superhero, dropping Cross right on her ash. Get it? Ash? I'll be here all review, folks. With a Samoan drop. That ends Cross. So she was almost a superhero. She said, when I put on the outfit, I know I'm not a superhero, but I feel like I'm almost a superhero, and I feel so giddy inside, and I feel electric, and when I put this costume on, I do amazing things that regular Nikki can never do. No, Nikki. The regular Nikki always lays on her back and looks up at the lights as she's getting pinned by somebody like Nia Jax. That's what you put on the costume for? To do the same shit that regular Cross can do? The regular Nikki Cross is the same thing as Nikki Ash Ketchum. The only thing now is Nikki Ash Ketchum all. Gotta catch 'em all. Ash Ketchum now has a funny costume on when she takes a loss. That's the only difference. You're almost a superhero. You better go back to the fucking superhero factory or the fucking time machine, or where the fuck you came from, and you better find the right potion, the right fucking expecto patronus, the right fucking wizardry to make you an actual superhero, because the almost shit didn't work. Already done. Know how I know? Vince McMahon has already given up on it. You lost in just your first several weeks of being an almost superhero. I understand she had an idea. She went for it all. The problem is she believed that Vince McMahon was going to believe in something like a Molly Holly knockoff. That was never going to work. You gotta know this. You know, I don't take pride in saying that. We have fun. We make some jokes, obviously. It's a fucking... usually an hour-plus review show, so you come here onto this channel, on this platform, to be entertained. So yeah, we have fun with it. But damn, brah. I like Nikki Cross. You know, that pains me to say shit like that, but it's already flopped. She's already being beat by Nia Jax in an 8-woman tag, a nonsensical match, and they don't even have Cross. Ash winning this. You're telling me there's fucking hope for what? Is she gonna beat Doudrop at Money in the Bank? Is she gonna actually win the briefcase? Is she gonna be in the main event of WrestleMania next year? I mean, where is this almost superhero going exactly? She's already eating L's just like Cross was several weeks ago. Oh, I got a doozy for you. Hold on, let me down I'm gonna get a big swig of this coffee, and then we'll talk about fucking Ali and Mansoor as we start hour number 2. Give me a second. Alright, hour number dose, man. We're going to the second hour, and I wish I could tell you this was better. Maybe just a little bit even worse. Ali defeats Mansoor via the awe-inspiring, ultra-devastating Fruit Rollup. Yeah, you know we got the box of roll-ups, man. We always got a fresh box because with WWE, you need it on hand, man. You know the amount of awards that we give out, right? We always give Fruit Rollup awards. And this time, we have to give an award to the man that soars. The Mansoor gets a Fruit Rollup award. Because Mansoor could not kick out of just a little roll-up. I'm gonna pin your shoulders down. I'm not gonna beat you up that bad or hurt you. No. I'm gonna pin your shoulders, and you're gonna squirm like a turtle trying to get up off its back. Can't get up, guys, I can't get up. Guys, I can't get up. The kid from fucking Christmas Story. Guys, I can't get up. It seems that the one thing that the man that soars cannot soar above is a fruit roll-up. Right? We found his kryptonite. He can soar. He can do all these amazing things. He can give you one classic after another, but if you get him in a roll-up, he's taking that award and he's running. If he can get up off his back. Fruit roll-up, everybody. Awesome shit. I think that was one of what? Fucking 3? Was that 3? Who did, I think that was 3, man. I think that was one of 3. In fact, I think it was 3 consecutively. We'll go over it. Maybe it was 2 last. It was definitely 2. Because I know we're about to go into the second one. I think there was 3 in a row, 3 fruit roll-ups. It shows you how sad this booking is. Anyway, man, so it's great to see Ali pick up a W, but fuck. That's how you're gonna introduce Mansoor. Good luck with that guy's fucking momentum going forward. Are you gonna ever give him any? Or he's just gonna rack up one fruit roll-up after another? Who knows, man? That was funny, though, man. I'm like, whoa, did they already have Mansoor lose via a fucking small package roll-up type fucking deal? I had to catch the replay to make sure I was seeing that, right? And I'm like, yep, they even took the man that soars and made sure that he couldn't even get his shoulders up. He doesn't soar that much. I can't even get off the canvas, and you want me to believe that he soars? He's got a broken fucking wing or some shit. He ain't soaring anywhere. Other than a fucking catering. Drew McIntyre is out next. He defeats the modern-day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, via DQ. Okay, so that was not the next roll-up. I know there was definitely another roll-up in hour number 2. We're going to get to it. But this one was a DQ victory from Drew McIntyre. I think the Maharaja's clique interfered, I believe. I don't know. I don't care enough to really think that hard on it. I just know he won by DQ, and modern-day Maharaja afterwards had him steal, or Vince had modern-day Maharaja Jinder steal Drew McIntyre's sword. So it seems Vince McMahon is on some royal robbery shit as of late, right? Over on the Blue Brand, Shinsuke stole and now possesses Corbin's crown. And over on the red side of things, the sword of Drew is now taken into the possession of Jinder Mahal. So I feel like I'm at dinner at medieval times in Orlando. Dinner and a show, man, and the old knights are battling for possession of crowns and swords, lost treasures. Or is that pirates? Was pirates around during the medieval time? I believe so, right? No? Is that... I don't know. I was born in the 80s. You think I give a fuck about medieval shit? I can barely comprehend 2021 as it is. How fast this world's moving. And not on the right track either, by the way. Medieval time. You can count on fucking... I'll tell you who will give us the history lesson. Drew McIntyre. They got this dude doing some shtick where he's fucking giving history lessons. He's out there... what is he even talking about? Davy Crockett? That's in one interview. The next interview, he's talking about fucking the Revolutionary War, so I don't even know what he was talking about, man. This dude's out there in the history books. He's a very nostalgic Drew McIntyre character, man. I don't know what Vince is doing with this dude. Before I move on, I will say this about this type of a story. It's simplistic yet effective, right? This storyline. stealing somebody's possession, and then that turns into a feud, right? I mean, we've seen it forever. We've seen it with Jake the Snake Roberts and his snake bag when he had Damien the Snake, and it would get taken. We've seen it with The Undertaker in his urn, right? It got taken, and that created a feud. So I get it, man. Even The Crown recently over on SmackDown. I've been digging this stuff with Shinsuke and Baron Corbin. I actually have. Rick Boogs and Pat McAfee were playing their parts beautifully at the Rock concert for Shinsuke. I've been loving it. Too many matches between Shinsuke and Baron. I mean, that has to come to an end, and now we have to have the progression of where Corbin's character is going and what trajectory that's going to be and what is next for Shinsuke. But I did love the way that they utilized all that, and Shinsuke is getting some momentum out of this. This is really good, and Rick Boogs is becoming a household name to casuals, which is a good way to do this because he's not in there just taking simplistic L's via Fruit Rollups. So I'll take this Rick Boogs right now to introduce himself to the masses. So I don't mind the Crown shit, but when you start doing this now on the Red brand too, at the same exact time that the Crown shit's going on, bro, you're running it into the ground. And a simplistic yet effective storyline cannot be ran into the ground because it'll devalue it not only for what you're trying to do in this case with Jinder and McIntyre, but it's going to devalue this type of a storyline, I can fucking speak, in the future. And that's what you have to be careful of. Not just what you're ruining now, but in the future, people are not going to dig it as much because we've seen people stealing each other's possessions for so damn long. Time after time. At the same time. Both shows at the same fucking time have medieval shit being stolen. You gotta be careful, man. I just wanted to take another couple of minutes to just spew that. Thank you for letting me get that off my chest because, you know where BC stands on storytelling. Sometimes it can be simplistic and so damn effective. This is one of those type of scenarios, but if you do it all the time and at the same time, you're devaluing not just the storyline, but the superstars going forward. They're not going to be able to pull it off because you put them in a pickle. You've cuffed them. You've shackled them. So even if they try their best, good luck trying to turn that shit into gold. Our number 2 ends with T-Bar and Mace. Yes, apparently they are still on the roster. And they were defeated by the House Party. And you want to know how they were beat? You know what I'm about to say, bro. Big T-Bar. Big boy Dijakovic, now known as T-Bar. He was pinned by the awe-inspiring, ultra-devastating Fruit Rollup. Big T-Bar got hit by one of the House Party members with a roll-up. Bro, Big T-Bar gets the award of the Fruit Rollup, bro. That was sent over to T-Bar, the latest award recipient of the Fruit Rollup. It's a very distinct honor. Well, not so much. Everybody wins that nowadays. Multiple award winners too, by the way. Like the same person winning multiple awards. Shayna Baszler has 7 boxes of awards. That's pretty amazing because there's 10 in every box. So she has 70 Fruit Roll-Ups right now. That's how she cannot. Shayna Baszler's kryptonite is that Fruit Roll-Up, bro. She will not. If you just put a finger on each shoulder, she's done. It happened again last night, but she wasn't the legal person in that 8-woman tag. I forgot to even mention that, but right, fucking Superhero Ash had her pinned, but the ref was like, wait, you're not even legal. Nia is. But Shayna was in like a 10 count. A count for every fucking roll-up. Shayna was not getting the fuck out of that shit. Wasn't happening. But anyway, the latest recipient right now, T-Bar. T-Bar was pinned by that roll-up. A roll-up off of a Hurricanrana. It was one of those, so a Hurricanrana and then who was it? Dorado, I believe. Just fucking takes the legs off of the Hurricanrana and just kind of pins them back. And big boy, 6'7" plus, 270 pounds of T-Bar. 6'7" plus, 270, could not get up from little Dorado. 5'7", 170 pounds. 5'7", 170 pounds, and he was holding 6'7", 270. That's almost 2 Dorados. Slight exaggeration, just a little bit. How is that? This roll-up shit is beyond unrealistic at this point. It's completely out of control in this company, and it has to be stopped. This is beyond the realm of realism. Nobody is going to believe that Dorado is holding T-Bar down for over 3 seconds. No, who's believing that shit? I can't. Yeah, it upsets me because I know what Dijakovic can do, and I see the booking that they have for him, and I'm telling you right now, they're not that far away from the Ascension. And we all know how that turned out, right? Released. They're still waiting by the phone for anybody to bring them back. Oh, don't though. Don't, Ascension. If you come back to WWE, you will be a sellout. They will fucking bag you for going back to the fucking empire that is. How dare you collect more money? What the other company was gonna offer. We then start hour number 3 with a pretty damn good match between Styles and Matt Riddle, man. However, it was all for nothing when an absolute fuckwad finish ruined it. How bad do you ask? Well, first the Viking Raiders appear behind the barricade, behind Omos. So, Omos, I still call him Almost. Omos is next to the barricade on the outside. The Viking Raiders just kind of creep up like they're just chilling, eating chicken legs back there, listening to the Backstreet Boys. Isn't that what they used to ride around in the fucking soccer mom van? Anyway, they just go up like, whoa, there's a wrestling event going on. There's Omos. It's just so odd to me. And they chase Omos. They like jump the barricade and they start chasing Omos. Now please picture that circus, please. Please picture that. The Viking Raiders chasing big Omos. And then Styles is distracted by the image of 2 fucking Vikings chasing a giant 7'3" sumbitch. Yeah, that would probably distract somebody, right? If you just look over down the fucking street and you got 2 Vikings chasing down a 7'3" Omos. I could see why there would be a distraction. However, it doesn't matter how many Vikings are chasing down a giant. Okay? You cannot if the entire Minnesota Vikings in the NFL were chasing down Hagrid from Harry Potter, I don't give a fuck. If Hagrid is in a tag team with Andre the Giant, with Omos as the manager, and the Vikings are right chasing, I don't care what the image is. You can't lose via a fruit roll-up because you're AJ fucking Styles, bro. One of the best wrestlers in the world. By now, you have come up with a cure for the roll-up, right? Not quite. Not quite, because Styles gets pinned via the awe-inspiring, ultra-devastating Fruit Rollup. I hate giving these to some of the best wrestlers in the world. 3 in a row by this point, am I right? Ooh, the man that soars could not soar above the canvas. Could not get his shoulders soaring above the camera, so he lost via the fruit roll-up. You had T-Bar, like 10 minutes later, lose from a fruit roll-up. He couldn't fucking kick out a Little Dorados roll-up. And here you have AJ motherfucking Styles, and he cannot just get his shoulder just a centimeter up. And Riddle defeats him via that fruit roll-up. So, what that means is AJ Styles is now your latest Fruit Roll-Up Award recipient. Congratulations, JJ. Do not eat that all in one place. You know how you get that upset tum-tum, man. Good old Styles, man. You gotta just give him a little pep talk afterwards. Like, you can do it, man. That damn roll-up. You can defeat anybody on any given day in fucking 30-minute plus classics. But you know, AJ. Don't feel sorry. Don't feel down on yourself. Don't have a pity party for yourself. You know damn well that if you get hit with the roll-up, there is no kicking out of that. Don't blame yourself. Don't hate yourself for it. You got hit with the roll-up, and there was no way that you, one of the best wrestlers in the world, could get up from that, man. You know that. It's the roll-up. The most devastating move in all of sports entertainment. Man, I saw AJ, man. I was like, wait, isn't that like fucking 3, bro? Within like a half an hour, bro? This company don't give a fuck. How is this possibly acceptable for anybody in that company? It is absurd. I literally would say, I'd be like, dude, okay, you want me to lose, dude? Fine. You want me to lose 10 in a row? Dude, that is absolutely horrible booking. I do not agree with that. You're only going to ruin me. But can we at least not make it a roll-up? I would literally say that to the old bastard. In passing in the hallway, I would fucking, I would find a way. Not Kevin Dunn, not Bruce Pritchard, not any of the writers. They have no fucking control in this company. This is all Vince McMahon rewriting and ripping up these scripts minutes before the show. The wrestlers tell us that. I would tell Vince McMahon, dude, please, not the fucking roll-up. Unreal, brah. Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley are out next. They have a sword fight, but with crutches. Yes, it was as cringe as that sounds. They were having a sword fight with crutches. Charlotte came out acting like she was hurt. Rhea comes out mocking her, acting like she's hurt. Then they both throw their crutches down. Then they pick them back up. And then they start literally swinging at air. I'm all for safety of your fellow performer. Trust me. But this entire segment, they both were just swinging in midair. So Rhea would be here. Charlotte would aim over here in hope that Rhea was going to swing her little crutch over there. And then Charlotte would be here, Rhea would swing over here, and Charlotte would try to meet her crutch over here. I mean, this was bad, man. This was like really bad, guys. This isn't throwing shade to Rhea or Charlotte. I don't even care to do that right now. I've already made so many fucking videos about how this is just not working. Character-wise, they don't even work. But I don't even care. That's in the eye of the beholder. You can love Charlotte. You can love Rhea. But you go back to this segment and you're going to go, wow, BC was actually being generous. This was worse than he said. I mean, this was bad. If you think that you can't pull it off in a realistic way, in a believable way, then you can't do something like this. I mean, they were literally just like tapping each other's crutches. I mean, they were swinging and aiming nowhere near where their opponent was. I mean, this was next level cringe. It just can't happen. It really cannot happen, man. That was bad. I'm just going to move again. I'll spend 20 minutes on this. This just leading into Money in the Bank. This is just one of those matches where this has to end. It's not working. Nobody gives a fuck about Charlotte and Rhea right now in a ring. I mean, people barely care about them individually. Unless they're straight up diehard true fans. Hey, that's cool. More props. I understand. We're all fans of somebody, right? But outside of fandom, nobody's interested in this. Trust me, I gauge the wrestling community all the time, man. Nobody's... it's just bad, man. I mean, this segment did nothing to elevate any excitement, but at the same time, it's a segment where you were embarrassed by it. And that's saying something. In WWE, with people dressed as bunnies in super soaker water gun fights and pancakes being thrown in almost superheroes and dewdrops. There's a lot that, ninjas running around being chased by catering crusaders. There's a lot to be embarrassed on in this show, and this was just, when you saw those swings, this was one of those things where it's like, I hope nobody was watching this with somebody who, they were with somebody who doesn't usually watch wrestling, because right there, you would look like a fucking tool. Watch that segment if you didn't. I know a lot of you guys just watch BC and you don't watch the show. Thank you for trusting me with your reviews. Thank you for putting me as your number one. And knowing that my knowledge and the way that I dissect and critique these shows is the very best you're going to get in the community. I thank you for understanding, knowing that, and coming and getting your entertainment on this platform from me. But I do ask, if you do have the time and you come across this on the tube and WWE has the clip of it or whatever, check out how bad this truly was and how they were swinging, and you'll know what BC means. We then got a segment where even the most hardcore WWE dick riders scratched their dome piece and said, what the fuck was that? No, it wasn't the Charlotte and Ripley thing, although they probably did that too. Cedric and Elias versus Truth and Riker. Number one, the match makes zero fucking sense because Riker and Elias were just in a strap match, a leather strap match last week. Just like Hell in a Cell, that should end any feud. But no, they have the leather strap match. Riker wins pretty fucking controllably. And then the very next week, they're back in it. Which leads me to my number two. Why the fuck is R-Truth and Cedric involved in this now? Which leads me to my number three. Immediately at the start of the match, R-Truth bails on Riker because Ninja Tozawa and the Catering Crusaders begin their weekly jog around the ring. You know, this is where they get their exercise in. It's Monday Night Raw. Gotta go for our jog. Gotta get our steps in. So everybody starts getting their steps in, and Truth starts running with the fucking Crusaders and the Ninjas. And then not long after. Who the fuck was it? Who is he? Elias. I don't even care. Wow. Talk about a fucking blank. Elias. After R-Truth bails on Riker, Elias ends up bailing on Cedric. And 60 seconds later, Riker destroys Cedric. What the fuck? If you blink, this entire thing was done. Which maybe is for the better. But how can anyone think this is okay, man? So you had 2 minutes extra of TV time, and you said, let's put in Elias, Riker, Cedric, and R-Truth. It'll at least give them airtime. Doesn't matter if we're making Cedric look like a fucking idiot, if we're making R-Truth look like a clown, and if Elias still cannot find a victory if he woke up and it was staring at him in the face. If it hit him like one of Charlotte Flair's crutches to the dome piece, Elias cannot dream at this point of a victory. And you can't even say Riker looked beast status here, because again, if you blinked, this whole thing was fucking done. If BC wasn't reviewing this right now, you forgot it even happened, or right now today you're trying to forget it happened. It's not good. No good came from that fucking 120 seconds total. And then the main event, New Day versus Bobby Lashley and MVP. Kofi hits Trouble in Paradise. Trouble with Paradise? That would be WWE. Kofi hits Trouble in Paradise on MVP and picks up the W. And literally the show went off the air. I told you about cliffhangers, right? We're a couple weeks away from Money in the Bank. A month away from SummerSlam. Not only did we not get a cliffhanger, we got no excitement at all. No reason at all to tune in next week. Kofi, and I like Kofi's work lately, man. Kofi is his wrestling. He's finding that groove again. On the mic, he's been, serious Kofi is better than funny Kofi. But you just ended your show with MVP getting pinned by Kofi. How is that exciting? How is that fun? And how does that make anybody need to tune in next week? That's not asking a lot, man. You can call me the asshole in the community. I'm fine with that. Again, I grew up in fucking projects. I've been in fucking prison. Do you think people not liking me is gonna... I'm gonna sleep like a fucking baby, brah. I got massive fucking delts, bro. I got massive muscle. I'm good. BC's a big boy. A real-life asshole. So calling me that doesn't matter. But how the fuck are you gonna try to argue these words that are so damn true and so damn accurate? This shit is unacceptable to end your show. It does not add any intrigue for the future. You literally do not need to tune in next week. We will out of habit and hope, but that's it. That was Monday Night Raw, man. Kofi's like, yeah, I won. And MVP's like, fuck. Bobby Lashley's nowhere to be fucking found. This is supposed to symbolize that Kofi can beat Bobby Lashley. Because, again, even though Drew helped him last time with the Fruit Rollup over a month ago, 2 months ago, whatever the fuck it was. And now all of a sudden, this is the right. Kofi is viable because he beat MVP in a tag match. Nothing happened afterwards. No cool moment, no cool spot, no care and effort was put into something big at the bottom of this show. Nothing. We just went off the air. 3 hours. You'll never get back. My amp unit, much love and respect, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys. Hopefully you guys were entertained, man. Hopefully I did something that the show cannot. Don't forget to smash that up for me, man. Really helps the algorithm. I think that's it, man. I don't need to plug or pump a lot of shit, man. If you're going to get the merch down below, get the merch. I don't care if you do or not. You want to be amplified, get the merch down below. Again, smash that up for BC. It helps the algorithm. Thank you for showing the love and respect right back. Hopefully you guys know I'm always sending it to you guys. Thank you for understanding my Zelina Vega rant, man. Hopefully that's the last time we got to discuss it, but so many people refuse to understand that... I don't know, man. So many people refuse to understand fact from fiction. And they create their own shit, and they're on a righteous motherfucking horse where they feel they can just go on social and just blast this 30-year-old woman for going back to work. And it wasn't what they had intended for her. So I thank the people that understand where BC is coming from. You guys fucking rock. And for those that didn't look at it the way BC did, but maybe your horizons are opened up just a little bit, maybe it makes you think a little more, thank you for at least opening up your horizons just a bit, right? Thank you for not being so close-minded that you're just like, oh no, I think this way, and BC, you're just wrong, man. Because I'm not. We can have different opinions all we want. I'm going by facts. Anyway, that's it. We don't gotta go another second on that, man. Much love to Zelina. She knows that. She knows that on the Amplified channel, man. We show that love and support. And you do you, Zelina. Just like all of you need to do you. Make the best decisions within your household that are best for you and your loved ones, man. Make your financial decisions, not based on what everybody else is gonna call you. Everybody's calling her names now. They all went on social media to kick somebody when they're down. You're a sellout. You don't know what the fucking word means, man. She's going back to work. Fucking, I tell you, bro. BC, let's down that shit and let's whoop that ass. Check you.